So in this demo, I'm going to test the notification sending capabilities of my web application, where my program is able to send a notification to email to the user whenever a error occurs. To demonstrate this, I'm going to start the demo. I'm going to start by listening on my base station. And now that my base station is listening, I'm going to send the data from the XB, which is connected to the microcontroller, whose health data I care about, and as such, it's going to transmit its health data. Alright, so what's going to happen now is data is going to come in and it's going to propagate on this. So as it's received, it's going to write here, and it's going to update the graphic, and as such, it should also update the graphic here, which you will see in a second. So just waiting for this web page to refresh, and it did, and you see there, it's updated to the most updated form. Okay, perfect. So how I'm going to inject the error is I'm going to use the config file that I have in my XB, in my program. In essence, I have used a config file on my Raspberry Pi to send an error or an OK if certain X, Y, or Z angular velocity thresholds are met. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this, and I'm not going to stop the program. My program is going to keep running. I'm going to edit this config threshold value here, the X value, as such that now instead of an OK, it sends an error. So I pull it up on my Raspberry Pi, as you see up here, right? And so I'm just going to change this value. Perfect. Got it. And now let's see if that changed anything. Okay, now that sent an error. As soon as that sent an error, I actually got a notification, right? Time is 2:39. I got a notification, said error encountered. And again, I'm going to send error one more time. I'm just going to wait for the email to refresh, and you'll see that it's come to 2 now. And as such, you know, it printed out the errors. So as you see here, so as error comes in, the error not only updates my website, but I get an email every time error is encountered. So this shows the message sending capabilities, and what I've actually done is I have used Amazon SNS to send an error whenever this is encountered. So you see here, it tells me the message, the time of the message, the ambulance ID, and exactly what time it occurred. So it's telling me right now that it's ambulance A occurred at this time, and this was the error. So that in essence shows the error handling and message sending capabilities. Now I'm also just going to demonstrate how, you know, if I wanted to fix this, I would just open up my config file and put it back to, and the program is still running, put it back to a negative, and so that should fix it. And so now that everything is done, you can see that OK is populating here, right? So OK comes in here, and waiting for this to update, but another OK should be here as well. Just going to open up my message. So success, OK. And so as OKs come in, it's going to write up here, and then it's going to update that. Just waiting for this website to update. And you can see that the website updated, and as such, I have not received any emails. The last one I received was at 2:40. It's 2:41 right now. And yeah, as I keep getting OKs, I should be fine. And if I encounter errors, I'll get notifications that hey, an error occurred. And so I just want to quickly show this. So in my code, I wanted to show this earlier, but I couldn't. In my code, what I do is I send an email notification. So what you see on what I showed earlier here is actually the email notification that gets sent here. And as such, I pass it the message, the time, and the ambulance ID. And the subject is error counter, which you see there. Now I actually do send it to my cell phone as well, though I can't demonstrate that. I can't stream my cell phone's screen, but yeah, I am receiving messages on my cell as well that tell me exactly the same format, message, time, and ambulance ID. So this is in my code. I just wanted to show that I'm using AWS SNS to set this up.